I know. I know. I haven't been here in a while, and I know. And life has been going on. Life, everything has been going on. I really, really appreciate all those who have been engaging with my content, even with my absence here. But today, I'm going to come here and answer some of the questions that a lot of people have. And so, if this is the kind of content you like to engage with, you like to watch, you just stay to the end, and trust me, you won't regret it. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're just joining me for the first time, this is IJU channel, and most of the time I come here to talk about my life as a Nigerian living in Fiji. And so if you're just joining me for the first time, sit tight and enjoy the ride. But before we start this ride, please go to the subscribe button and click the red button and click the notification bell so that you don't miss out on whenever, emphasis on whenever I post content. I'm really happy and I'm really appreciative of the fact that my content has been valuable to a lot of people even years later. When I started this channel, I did not have the intention. In fact, I don't even know what made me start this channel, but I would always remember that it was COVID. During the time of COVID, I took the opportunity of the empty streets and just did something. And to be honest, it's been history since then. And I thank all those who have engaged and encouraged me in this channel. And I'm also happy that this channel has helped a lot of people with their decision making when it comes to maybe touring Fiji or traveling to Fiji, or basically just knowing things about the country that they intend to travel to. If there's anything that I always talk about, is that I am not an immigration agent. I don't tell anyone to come to Fiji. I just give information for those who already have plans of coming to Fiji. And so these are some of the things that I wish I knew. Some of the things that I wish that someone, would have put out there so that people who have, just need to research about the country before they come in, would find it easier to have their decisions made. And so, whatever I say here is based on my opinion and my opinion alone. I wouldn't speak for everyone. The experiences of people are different. And so, whatever you see here is just based on my experiences. If you see something different elsewhere, still valid. Okay, so today I want to talk about some of the questions that are asked in the comment section. The most popular questions. It's like sometimes there are certain questions that are asked over and over and over again. And so I'll just try my best to answer those questions. I'm noticing something about my camera, like all of a sudden I just have this distortion. I don't know. So if you see that, please don't mind it. Probably something about the software of my camera. Okay, so the number one question that I am going to ask or answer is, are you still in Fiji? Yes, I am still in Fiji. I am still here. I was in Nigeria last year. You know, went home, spent time with family and all of that, and came back. And yes, I am still in Fiji. I think there was a time someone asked, I think a few people have asked me what took me to Fiji. They're probably just being genuinely curious and all of that because it's not a country you hear a lot of people migrate to, especially from the African continent. But one thing I would say is this. I would ask another question. What takes people to any country? Life happens, and whatever happens, you find yourself in a country for different reasons. It could be for economic reasons, it could be for leisure, it could be for tourism, it could be for business. It doesn't matter what took me to this country. The most important thing is that I am here, and when I find myself no longer here, I think I will still come here to stay. And so, yes, I am still in Fiji. I haven't had any problems that would chase me away or anything. So, but in the meantime, I am here. So, I hope that answers my question, especially for those who are curious about what took me to Fiji. What takes people to anywhere? Even people go to anywhere, even the most remote countries or remote places that you don't even think about, people go there. The second question that is very popular in my comment section is, About visa, which is very obvious, right? It's about visa, how to get visas to Fiji. It depends on the country you come from. It depends on the passport you're holding. And speaking as a Nigerian, Nigeria is among the countries that have a visa free for about 3 to 4 months to visit Fiji. So there are a few countries that need visa before you come in. There are a few that you don't need to book for any visa before you come in. So when you come in and your purpose is visiting, you can have a visitor's visa permit for 3 months, or 3 to 4 months, if I'm very correct, but it doesn't exceed 4 months. So as a Nigerian passport holder, Fiji is visa free for visiting. And that is that about that. I'm not an immigration agent. I don't say anything about how to help people get immigration services or anything. If I was, I'll let you know. So that is that. So you'll probably just have to do your research and find out if you are eligible for visa free visiting to Fiji, and then you go from there. The third question that I usually get is, can I get work in Fiji? Hmm, that is a very tricky question. Like I said earlier, I said something about reasons why people visit different countries. It could be for economic reasons. It might be to basically have maybe better conditions of living. It could be for starting a business. It could be for retirement. It could be for just leisure. Probably there are certain things in countries people are very different. For some people, they just like the fact that, oh, there are a lot of trees here. Okay, this is where I want to stay. So, when it comes to jobs, it is very tricky here in Fiji based on my knowledge. Most of the time, people who move here come in for work. And so, now this is not the only reason, but most of the time, people who come into Fiji got a job in Fiji from outside of Fiji, and then they come in as expats. A lot of people also come into Fiji, decide that they want to stay in Fiji, invest in Fiji or start a business, and decide that this is going to be their home. So it just depends on whatever the reason is. But I've said in one of my previous videos, and I would tag that video here, that video was basically about working in Fiji. And yeah, so I talked about getting job in Fiji and how usually the policy here is that for you to get a job or a get employment or get employees from outside, like foreigners to employ foreigners, you have to be sure that nobody in the country is qualified for that job. That's based on my knowledge. I don't know if it's different now. So that's the thing. So if you come into Fiji and you decide that you want to work, if your skill is really needed, you can be lucky. If you're just coming inside to look for work, well, I don't know anything about that. A lot of times when people come into the country, especially when they come as expats and they have families, a lot of times one person is working. It's not the only time, it's not the only thing that happens, but it's like the yeah, most of the time that's the case. So most times when people come in, one spouse is working and the other is not. For some people, the skills of both spouses are essential or are needed in the country. And so sometimes you also have people where one spouse is working, the other spouse now decides to work and tries and finds out that, oh, that skill is also a needed skill. And so they employ. So, yes, there are some people who have both partners or both spouses working in the country, but it's not as common as the others when one spouse is working. So that's just the case. So when it comes to that question about can I find work, for them it's like locals first before foreigner, which if you look at it as a foreigner, it's not, very favorable. But when you think about it as a local, so you do the math yourself. And yeah, so these are basically the three questions that I wanted to answer. I didn't want to make this video so long, but I've also had some encouragements and appreciations on my comment section. And I thank everyone who has found this content, this channel, and what I beg of you, because look, my pride is on the floor right now. And so I am begging you to subscribe to this channel if you have watched up to this extent, to share this video, to comment, ask questions. I will try my best this time around to, answer some of the questions and make new content, and probably not allow myself to be overwhelmed by life and then forget my content on my channel. So, yeah. If there's anything you want me to talk about next, please put it in the comment section and I will do my best to answer them. But until I come your way next time, thank you so much and bye.